I've known Joffrey for a few years and was just really blown away. And I think Joffrey's songs really speak to the heart of some really heavy subjects.
It was a way for me to sort of contribute to the conversation that was happening. So it felt like a unique opportunity to take my art and my desire to like contribute to the dialogue in a way that felt authentic.
I just love that you have somebody who's from the cities, grew up here in North Minneapolis, went away and came home. And I just like the idea of coming home, kind of finding your place here.
Moving back really sort of opened my eyes to care that people have for art and artists here. It's the people sort of remind folks what a tapestry like the city of Minneapolis is.
Let's show the people. Let's show the widest breadth of diversity of faces and stories, and finding the beautiful poetry of everyday life.